What is going on, everybody? It's Coop here to give you another episode of the Sideline Study Minicast for September 12th, 2018. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. If you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are listening from Patreon, thank you, everybody, if you guys are supporting me on Patreon for keeping the show going, by the way. If you guys are wondering if it's your first time here, this is the first time I'm actually doing it live. On YouTube from after a show from Ken's channel. I'm not yet picked a time slot for the show. I kind of just do it whenever I'm free. So tonight is usually Wednesday nights. I'm supposed to be doing comedy. I'm not in Vancouver because I can't afford to go. So I'm here doing a podcast tonight for you guys instead. If you guys want to support me, go to patreon.com/CoopTheComedian, or you can go support the show for free by going to jbshow.net. That's right, this is a minicast presented by jbshow.net, and we also have sponsors. And this minicast is brought to you by Seat Giant, the local trusted site selling concert and sporting event tickets in North America, all in Canadian dollars. So stop paying United States dollars on other sites. www.seatgiant.ca is Canadian-owned and operated with Canadians always in mind. Always paying Canadian dollars for your tickets on seatgiant.ca. That's hockey tickets, baseball tickets, basketball tickets, football tickets, soccer tickets, concert tickets. No matter what team or concert you want to go to in North America, always check out seatgiant.ca. Once again, that's seatgiant.ca. It guarantees every single ticket, so always buy with confidence on www.cgiant.ca. Once again, that's www.cgiant.ca. And it has the best ratings and reviews in the entire industry. You can do this just by going to Google, by putting their names in the reviews. For all your favorite teams and concerts, use www.cgiant.ca to purchase your tickets. And you can use the promo code JBRadio, and you get 3% off using discount code JBRadio. So use that on www.cgiant.ca. The Canadian choice. That's once again, use the discount code JBRadio. And more importantly, www.cgiant.ca wants to say, welcome home. Now, there are some things I want to talk about on this minicast today. One of them is something that should have been brought up on my podcast on Tuesday night, and we forgot to mention it. It was the helmet-to-helmet incident with the Cincinnati Bengals player on Andrew Luck with the Indianapolis Colts. My TV randomly just shut off on me. There's a ghost in my room. So right now I'm doing this podcast in the pitch dark, and hopefully there's no ghost that will suck my body through this house at 9 o'clock at night. All right. This is off to a great start. But yeah, back to what we were talking about, besides from me sucked through another dimension. The Andrew Luck incident. Okay, the guy that was doing contact with Andrew Luck was sliding, so he automatically gave himself up. And this guy intentionally lowered his helmet and hit Andrew Luck's helmet while he was sliding. So this guy not only put Andrew Luck's health at risk, but this guy got ejected. And this is a new rule that apparently has came up now with referees, where they can talk about ejecting somebody from the game. A lot of people say that this guy was an asshole for doing it. But Williams, the guy that got ejected, isn't sure what he could have done differently. If you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to not get a flag and still do my job, then let me know. Now, this is going to be a big issue for the NFL. There has been already the most amount of flags thrown in week one, I think, in NFL history. It's it was bound to happen, people. More rules, more flags. Isn't that fucking math? I don't know. It's like, they're obviously, the game has developed from when it started. It has gotten a lot more safer. Okay? So when you start this game, you're not playing probably the most healthiest, right? Now, rules will always change. And it's the NFL's job to keep the health and safety when it comes to players in their organization. Their own bodies are at risk every day for this job because they love the sport and they love to entertain you, the people that watch this wonderful sport. So they want to make sure that the players of the sport are safe, number one. And down the road, they've shown history that because of the way that the NFL has been with the rules back then, people have tried suing the league because of concussions and injuries, all these past stuff, right? You know, you have all these different players that just complain about all these injuries after the game is done. Here's what my father said about it. And don't play the game. Don't play the game. He didn't do it in an accident, but do you guys get my drift? You know, it's when it comes to a popularity with with anything, when it comes to entertainment wise, there's bound to be consequences down the road, right? The more attention you get, the more positivity and negativity you'll receive. You know, it's that is why sometimes it's good to be like an underground guy. Somebody's known, but they're not superly talking about him every day kind of thing. He's just flying under the radar, you know, keeping that cool vibe. You know? I've gone totally off topic from this fucking guy. But the point being is you want to make sure that the players are safe. And so with all these new rules that they're always putting in, there's going to be more flags. You know, now they have a new rule: you can't land on the quarterback, right? Because you can't land your full body weight on the quarterback. That's going to be a penalty now, right? So it's maybe it's the NFL's job to I don't know. But what do you guys want? I probably will sit down with this next Tuesday and talk about this subject, but for me, I think it's being safer with the game. No? Yeah, and it's your job as a part of the organization to adapt to the rules of the game. Right? There are certain styles that you could play way back that you can't play today. And it is your job to adjust and make sure that you're doing it as safely as possible, right? No? I think there was an article a long time ago, at the beginning of the season. That wasn't too long ago, but Bill Belichick gave his thoughts on just like the tackling techniques. And apparently he's always taught his players never to use their helmets with tackling. No, that way you don't make that helmet-to-helmet contact, and it's safer just for players. No, it's probably the easy way I put it is maybe it can't answer this guy's problem, but like this guy lowered his helmet, so I have no idea what he wants to complain about. This guy lowered his helmet in that split second. Made a bad decision. He got ejected. That is a story. I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because that is kind of the main thing I wanted to bring it up in this minicast. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear it from the comments below. how we deal with all these flags now. Do we just have to adjust to it? I don't know. I'd love to hear from what you guys have to say. Some other news. Oakland has re-signed Martavis Bryant to a 1-year deal. If you guys are unaware of the situation, Oakland got Martavis Bryant, I think, in the draft. Or they traded with Pittsburgh for a draft pick or something. So they got Martavis Bryant, the wide receiver. They released him. Or they cut him even. And now he's back with the team for a 1-year deal. What the fuck just happened with that situation? That was really fucked. Okay. So I guess Martavis Bryant, that has been a weird situation with him, but he's back in Oakland. Buffalo announced that their rookie quarterback Josh Allen will get the start in Buffalo's Week 2 home opener against the Los Angeles Chargers. Kind of expected. You see how bad Nate Peterman played for the Buffalo Bills? Oh my God, why? Why did they even start him? That was terrible. The guy didn't even look good in preseason. Why did they start him? That made no sense, in my opinion. What do we got here? New England signed former first-round wide receiver Corey Coleman to a 1-year contract. Now, this guy, apparently they're giving him one last chance because this guy's been all over the place. All right, he's been in Buffalo, he's been in Cleveland. This guy apparently can't find a home. He can't get the job done. So, New England, with the last resort, brings in these pieces, and hopefully he can fill in something. What else we got here for news? A lot of injuries that are going to be affecting people's rosters, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this. This is especially a factor for me. Tight end Greg Olsen for the Carolina Panthers has refractured his right foot from last year. Olsen will avoid surgery at this time and will be evaluated on a month-to-month basis. So if you have Greg Olsen, stash him. Don't drop him. He's too valuable down the road. He's their go-to guy for Carolina. You stash him. Or you place him on IR. Obviously, there's a fractured foot, so he's not going to be available for the next 4 to 6 weeks, right? You got to get him healthy first to play. It's going to fucking hurt. It might take a few weeks. I don't know. Maybe a fracture maybe is not as bad, but looks like just stash him for now and go find somebody off the waiver wire. I can't really give you guys any suggestions. Maybe Benjamin Watson. That's who I have right now as my backup for New Orleans. He might be a possibility. But anyways, go find yourself a starting tight end if you guys are Greg Olsen starters. The Baltimore Ravens running back situation just got a little more interesting because they've placed their main running back, Kenneth Dixon, on injured reserve with a knee injury. Alex Collins will carry the workload now. This is very interesting. Kenneth Dixon had the nice start, and something happened. I guess he's got dealing with a knee injury, so in comes this hot young talent named Alex Collins. I saw this kid last year. I really liked from the firepower from this kid. So, yeah, you make sure you go check out Alex Collins, and you place him as a flex to start him out. I think there's somebody you can probably stash him ahead of the RP2 position. Oh, boy. What is that? RP? Fuck it. It's a bad joke. Anyways. New England's running back Jeremy Hill is out for the season with a torn ACL. This guy just had another chance, and once again, an injury takes a factor. Jeremy Hill out of the season for New England. That is very unfortunate. And last but not least, the Atlanta Falcons linebacker Deion Jones was placed on injured reserve with a foot injury today. And the Atlanta Falcons, they got to fix that team, man. I'm not trusting the Atlanta Falcons at all until they start getting their act together. I do not think that as long as this offensive coordinator is in charge, they're going to do shit. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys for NFL news for the Sideline Study Minicast. I want to thank all of you who have been joining me. Make sure, if it's your first time here, make sure you give us a follow on patreon.com, where you can listen to the audio there, or you can check out jbshow.net, where you can do blogs yourself. They're always looking for people to do stuff on there. And, hey, I'd love for you guys to come back tomorrow for another edition. So, that's it for the Sideline Study, and you guys have yourselves a great day.